Well, I'm back, and it's been a very long break from filming, but here I am. It's almost Christmas, so this is a very special Christmas vlog episode. Yeah, okay, not very Christmassy. Well, that's a start. We can't get more Christmassy than chocolate, although I don't really know why they're making chocolate bunnies at Christmas time. It's got antlers. It's a reindeer, isn't it? It's a reindeer. Oh, cue music. It's almost Christmas, and it's been about 4 months since I started a new business as a professional magician. Which raises the question, what do you do when your hobby becomes your full-time profession? Well, it naturally leaves you with a lot of spare time to find more hobbies. Magic has been an interest of mine for about 25 years, but as well as that, there's lots of other things that I enjoy doing. I really like to read, particularly science fiction or fantasy works. I'm a big fan of J.K. Rowling. You should check out the work of Scott Lynch, Joe Abercrombie, and I'm quite a big fan of Garth Nix, who writes for a slightly younger audience, but I'd really recommend reading the Abhorsen trilogy. As well as that, I've been interested in things like rock climbing. I'm interested in going to the theatre when I can, and I love going to the cinema to watch films. I'm very much into board games, whether that be the kind of family-friendly games or the kind of games that are really complicated and have 200-page rulebooks. As a magician, I think it's really important to have interests outside of the world of magic. And I think there's two main reasons why that is the case. The first reason is to do with content. It's to do with being able to relate to an audience and not just talk about magic. I guess an illustration would be like a musician who wrote a song and all he or she did was simply play the guitar and tell you the chords that they are going to play next. Gee whiz, I see you standing there. How can a minor pop character be 7 inches square? By considering magic in the wider sense as a piece of theatre, it means that we're able to engage an audience with a much wider spectrum of emotions, not just surprise and suspense. I've seen pieces of magic that have created feelings of elation or really deep sadness and sorrow. Magic that just makes you feel joyful and triumphant, and other magic that makes you think. Magic that's poignant. Magic that might make you feel fearful and then relax and secure and safe. So by considering magic as a piece of theatre and by having interests and having read outside of the topic, we're able to relate to an audience and allow them to experience a much wider spectrum of emotions and have a much deeper connection with a piece of magic. The second reason to have interests outside of magic is to do with mental health. It's been a topic that has seen a lot of discussion recently in the community of magicians, but also more widely. And it's a topic that I think is particularly pertinent to magicians and other solo performers. As a magician, you typically spend a lot of time practicing, creating new effects, devising routines, perhaps writing out lines or scripts and practicing them, rehearsing in front of a mirror or in front of a video camera, or travelling up and down the country to and from gigs. And so you often spend more time doing those things than you do interacting with people and in front of an audience. So naturally it can become quite a lonely profession. And so for that reason, I think it's really important, whether or not you're an introvert or an extrovert, to recognise the importance of spending time with other people, either like-minded or friends or family. It's great spending time with other magicians and being able to talk of ideas and really enjoy it as a hobby as well as a profession. It's a real privilege to have a job like that. But I think it's also really important to see other people and spend time away from magic and doing something completely different. So about a year ago, a group of friends and I decided that we wanted to try something that we'd never tried before, that we were all interested in. It was a game that was essentially cooperative storytelling that involved rolling lots of dice, and there may have also been some dragons involved. So we met a guy called Ben, who very quickly became a very good friend. He's played this game for many years and offered to run us through how to play the game and run some sessions for us. And we enjoyed it so much that the group are still playing together to this day. We've been playing for over a year now.
Hello. Didn't speak too loudly. They'll hear you. Who will? I didn't know, but they're large. And find the boy.
What boy?
The masked one.
I do not know who you speak of.
The idiot child.
Oh.
I think I'm about to die.
Anyway.
Your description of what we are about to do is, it may go sideways.
One of the things I think is really great about this game is it gives you just a chance to sit down with friends together around a table. We often eat together each week as well, and just to spend time with each other, having a laugh, having a bit of banter, and just enjoying each other's company. And don't get me wrong, I think video games are great, but these days when you play online with other people and you don't actually meet up, it can be quite socially isolating. And I think we mustn't underestimate the actual importance of other people's company. Ben and a few of my other friends from this group have actually started running a YouTube channel where they stream these kind of games for you to watch. And if you're interested, I'll stick a link in the bottom so you can go and check out their channel, go and subscribe and support the work that they're doing if you like that kind of thing, and just get a bit of a feel for the game and see what it's like. The last thing for me to say is, if you haven't already seen the Random Object Christmas Challenge that I'm doing, then check out the link below. Essentially, I'm performing next week at the Understudies Christmas Open Mic Night in Nottingham, and I've asked people to suggest lists of random objects for me to use. I'm going to try and use as many of these objects and create my entire set of magic with those items. So tune in next week and I'm hoping to be able to show you how I got on. Thanks very much, I'll see you guys next week.